Good evening. It is Wednesday, August the 27th, 2025. The 7 p.m. Conservation Commission meeting is now called to order. The first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3 will be the approval of minutes. We have minutes from July 9th and July 23rd, I believe, that are outstanding. If anybody has read them and wants to move them.
Motion to approve the minutes for both July 9th and July 23rd, 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. The minutes are approved. Certificates of compliance, 242-1846, 57 Ewart Avenue.
Bear with me for 1 second.
So while you're doing that, if anybody is here for 242-1878 30 Ann Road, that's going to be continued to September 10th. And under notices of intent, Dale Street, NACC number 347 is going to be continued to September 10th. And enforcement order violations, Pleasant Street, Holt Road, and Ann Road, which is the same as the, they're all going to be continued to September 10th, with the exception of Holt Road. That's going to November 12th. So if you're here for any of those, you're welcome to stay, but you won't be charged. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we make a PSA about the parking situation?
What is the parking situation?
We'll do that too. Main Street is going to be paved tonight, starting at 8 o'clock. If you're parked on Main Street, it's advisable to get your car out of there before 8. They'll pave it.
Thank you. Okay. Our first certificate of compliance request is for 57 Hewitt Ave. The OOC was issued in June of 2022. It governed the demo of an existing detached one-car garage, deck and stairs, and construction of a new, larger 29-foot by 24-foot attached garage with upper livable space, constructing a 3-season porch, which was 12 feet by 14 feet, at the back of a proposed garage to be supported on piers. Demo existing rear patio. Demo an existing rear patio and walkway, and construct an in-ground pool surrounding paver patio, landscape wall, steps and landing. Additional rain barrels will be added to capture roof runoff. The pool patio was the closest element to the BBW at 51.9 feet. All the work is complete, the erosion controls have been removed, and the wetland markers are installed. The patio is 50.4 feet from the BBW, so it is compliant. All other elements of the project have been constructed as proposed. Recommendation to issue a full and complete COC with ongoing conditions as prescribed in the OOC.
All right. Let's go around the table. Any questions, comments, or concerns from the commission? We'll start with you, Brad.
I'm all set.
David?
All set?
All set.
No questions.
I'm all set, thank you.
I'm ready for a motion.
Motion to issue a full and complete COC for 242-1830, 1101 Turnpike Street.
No.
57.
That's that-
Oh, Lord, I'm reading the
that's-
wrong pen.
That's a good
57
motion. We just haven't got there yet, Brad.
Motion to issue a full and complete COC for 242-1846, 57 Hewitt Avenue. Sorry, Turnpike Street. You'll have to wait.
Second?
No problem. So 242-1846, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that's unanimous on 1846.
Mr. Chairman, can we do what you just did and just make one motion for all the 9-10 ones and do them right now, or do you want to do them as we get to them?
What is it you want to do?
The continuance, do you want to do them all in like 2 motions, or do you want to do them as we get to them?
We can do it any way this commission wants to operate. If you want to move all those continuances right now, I'm at your service.
All right, I'd make a motion to continue items number 242-1878 30 Ann Road, NACC number 347 on Dale Street, the enforcement order relating to 488 Pleasant Street, and the enforcement order 2421878, to continue all of those to 9/10/25.
Second.
You'd have to make one exception. Holt Road is asking for November 12th.
I didn't say that one yet.
You didn't get there yet. All right,
I was waiting for that.
Thank you. very good. All right, motion and a second. Any discussion from the commission? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. Those are all continued, with the exception of,
Yeah, and Mr. Chairman, I'd make a second motion to continue enforcement order 242829 relative to Holt Road to November 12th.
Second.
motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. So we are at 242-1830, 1101 Turnpike, Mass Electric. Looking for a certificate of compliance.
The issue of compliance was issued in December of 2021. It governed the construction of an 8-bay, 102-foot by 30-foot pole barn within an existing parking lot at the National Grid facility on 1101 Turnpike Street. The proposed building will be supported by 24 approximately 4-foot wide by 4-foot deep footings. The rear perimeter of the new pole barn shall receive a stone infiltration trench to capture and infiltrate roof runoff. Work is within the 100-foot buffer zone to bordering vegetated wetland, and portions of the work lie within the outer limits of the 200-foot riverfront area to an unnamed stream that is a tributary to Boston Brook. The proposed structure will be 55 feet from the BVW at its closest point. The number of footings ended up being reduced to 12, and they only had to saw cut out the asphalt around the footprints of the footings, not the entire barn footprint. All work is complete and in compliance with the approved plan. Infiltration trench looks good. Erosion controls have been removed and wetland markers installed, and there are no issues of concern. Recommendation to issue a full and complete COC with ongoing conditions as prescribed.
Okay, very good. Brett?
All set.
David?
All set.
You're up, buddy.
All set.
No questions. All set, thank you.
Are you ready for a motion?
All right, now, I'd like to offer a motion to issue a full and complete COC to 242-1830, 1101 Turnpike Street.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and it's unanimous. Thank you all. 242-1908, 46 Foster Street. I will recuse from this one since I am in a butter. Mr. Maven will preside.
All right.
Alexis?
Thank you. The issue of compliance was issued on April 3rd, 2025. It governed the construction of a replacement 1,500-gallon septic tank, D-box, and 30 by 20 pipe and stone leaching field. The BVW are located on an abutting property to the north and east, but the abutting property did not grant access to delineate those wetlands. Conservation staff walked to the site to determine location of wetland boundary. Most work took place within 100-foot buffer and outside of the 50 no-build zone. All work is complete and in compliance with the approved plan. Erosion controls have been removed, no issues of concern, and the Board of Health has also issued a COC. Recommendation to issue a full and complete COC with ongoing conditions as prescribed.
Okay, go to the commission. Any questions?
All set?
All set.
All set, thank you.
Okay. Ready for a motion?
Motion that we issue a full and complete COC to 242-1908, 46 Foster Street.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous.
Thank you, Jack. Okay, we're going into requests for modification. 242-1905, 155 Christian Way. Has this been opened before?
What?
This- The request for modification, has this been opened before?
No, it's new. So this is a modification to the order of conditions that was issued in January 28th, 2025. It governs the construction of an in-ground pool, associated concrete patio with perimeter stone infiltration trench, perimeter fencing, demolition of expansion of existing rear deck, with all work taking place outside of the 50-foot no-build zone. This modification involves changing the concrete patio to a paver patio, adding a 22 by 22 foot paver patio to expand from the pool to the slider doors beneath the deck, and a 22-inch sitting wall. The patio has not been constructed, but the contractors have installed the gravel base in preparation. The new plan is marked in red on the original plan. The patio extension is outside of the 50-foot no-build zone. I can zoom in for you as well, because it's very, very small. Is that visible to you? It's like right over here. Okay, great. Recommendation to issue a modification granting approval for the work.
Okay,
Are we placing pavers outside of the limits where they had previously placed patio, or are they just exchanging materials?
So you mean the concrete patio is now going to be,
Yeah, it's gonna be pavers.
yeah, they're switching the material.
Is it the same limits, though?
Yes, for that
So
one, yes.
That's the only change?
No, because they're also adding they're adding right over the 22 by 22, it's like over here.
That's new?
Yes. They're also just, because they're extending it from this is what's being replaced is the patio around the pool, and then they're extending the patio from that area to the sliding door underneath the deck.
And it looks like none of it's in the 50.
No, it doesn't get any closer or anything like that. It's just moving underneath, which is why I didn't feel like we needed any added conditions or
So,
anything like
and all
that.
the pool is all new work, too, so they got erosion controls in place for the whole thing?
Yeah.
I'm all set. All set?
Chris?
Yeah, I'm all set, thanks.
And no questions? All set, thank you.
Okay, ready for motion?
Motion that we grant the requested modification for 242-1905, 155 Christian Way.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. Thank you. Request for determination of applicability. 32 Ashland Street is the first one out.
Okay. This project entails the reconfiguration and expanding of the driveway from roughly 1,884 square feet to approximately 3,338 square feet. A 2 by 2 foot stone infiltration trench will be installed along the sides of the new driveway, as Amy requested, to encourage infiltration of new impervious surface. Work is 178 feet from the MHW of Merrimack River as its closest point, which translates to work being only 22 feet into the outer reaches of the 200 riverfront area. A majority of the work is outside jurisdiction. There are no other wetland resources on site. Recommendation, close the hearing and issue a -3 determination with the following conditions. Install 8-inch straw wattle at each side of the house at edge of pavement work. Hold pre-construction meeting with conservation staff, homeowner, and contractor to review erosion controls and review scope of work. Post-construction inspection by conservation staff to verify compliance and remove erosion control upon stable conditions. Sorry, I can pull the image up if you want.
Go ahead.
So the work is 178 feet away. So we're a little bit in the 200-foot riverfront, about 22 feet
Yeah.
into that? Okay. I'm all set right now. Might read some more while y'all talk.
All set.
This is not in the watershed protection zone.
I don't think so. No. Let me see if it's written anywhere else. No.
So the locus has it right here
Yeah.
on Merrimack. And are you talking about Lake Chickway?
Yeah.
I think it's well outside.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
No questions?
I'm all set, thank you.
I have a question.
Yep.
Under the recommendations, one of the recommendations says to install 8-inch straw wattle. Should we not just simply say install erosion controls and leave it to the applicant whether they want to put straw wattle, hay bales, or whatever kind of, there are multiple different controls.
Are you asking if we should leave it up to them to decide what control to use?
Yeah, what I'm saying, yeah, we should absolutely say erosion controls. We should use the term erosion controls and let the applicant offer what type of erosion control they want to use. If they offer a type that's not approved, then the administrator can say so at the site visit. But we shouldn't be, we should not be just advocating for straw wattle, 8-inch. We should be using the term erosion controls, and that they can make their choice. Because there's four different types I can think of right now. So you can leave it that way if you want, and we'll change it going forward, or we can just amend the recommendation to say install erosion controls. Normally what it says is erosion controls to be determined by the administrator at the site visit. It's usually how we do it.
Amy wrote this one, so, yeah, I
Okay.
don't.
Well,
Install perimeter controls would probably
Yeah.
be the smart wording to go with that.
Erosion control barrier.
yeah, you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I advocate against hay bales, but
So
yes.
that's fine.
But yeah, erosion control barrier is
I mean,
fine.
if we say erosion controls, that maybe
Yeah.
hay bales, maybe not, maybe straw, maybe 8-inch wattle, maybe 12-inch wattle. We're telling them specifically, put 8-inch straw wattle. If that doesn't work, we're the ones that told them to put it there.
Yeah, I'm defer to the other members, but erosion control barrier I think is a good compromise.
Either way, whichever type or style that the applicant proposes needs to be approved by,
Yeah, it's approved, yeah.
on
Yeah.
the pre-construction meeting, or the erosion control meeting.
You can leave it
Yeah.
as is, but if the applicant wants to change it, they'll be able to do that administratively.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Anybody else besides me? Okay.
Driveway.
Ready for a motion, unless you want.
The driveway is 12 foot wide, I assume, that's according to the sketch right here. Is anybody here to talk about this? No applicant? Okay.
What's the issue, Brad? What's on your
Oh,
mind?
Just 12 foot times that distance, I'm having a hard time getting to
Oh, yeah.
3,338. Because it ain't 100 feet long. I don't know, maybe it is. Moot point. I'm all set.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody feel moved?
I move that we issue a -3 determination for 32 Ashland Street with conditions discussed. Erosion control, pre-construction and post-construction meeting with conservation staff.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? None, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. 153 Hickory Hill Road, Wolfenden.
Okay. It's in support of, oops, sorry. an RDA at Hickory, at 153 Hill Road. Project entails an in-kind replacement of a 32-year-old deck. The deck is going to remain in the same existing footprint with minor ground disturbance to replace the footings. All work shall be done by hand. Construction access will be from the left side of the garage. All materials and dumpster will be stored on gravel portion of the driveway. The closest point of work to the BVW is 25 feet. Amy did the site inspections and shared her knowledge with me on the site. At the time that the deck and house were originally built, that the deck was originally built, the wetlands were likely farther away just because that area has a history of beaver activity downstream causing expansion of the wetland. Hence why it's so close. The recommendation is to close the hearing and issue a -3 termination with the following conditions. Install 50 feet of erosion control around scope of work. Hold pre-construction meeting with conservation staff, homeowner, and contractor to review erosion controls and review scope of work. Post-construction inspection by conservation staff to verify compliance and approve removal of erosion control upon stable conditions.
Okay.
So it is just completely replacing kind, same size, everything, footings in the same place, all of it?
Yeah.
Almost set?
Just, I think more of an education question, but where all the work is going to be done by hand and you're talking about replacing existing footings, is how important is the erosion control? I guess I'm more asking our subject matter experts, but it doesn't look like there's much of a hill. It's all lawn. What is the 50 feet of erosion control for hand digging some existing deck footings?
Amy did the site visit, so I'm not going to question the site visit. I think erosion controls are a standard practice, unless it's uphill.
Okay.
And even then, it's a good idea.
So there's a period of time where they got the deck down, the footings are open, so you're gonna have some bare soil where the sun wasn't getting below the deck, so if it rains, you could end up having runoff.
That answers my question. Thank you both.
Thank you, David. Chris?
All set.
Were you on the commission when Hickory Hill's approved? Do you remember, Al? It was
What year was Hickory Hill approved?
Mid-90s, I think.
I
came
wrote
on
it down somewhere.
1990.
Okay, you were.
But I don't specifically remember this. So.
Okay. I don't think it was a 40B. That's really my question, but, yeah, replacing in kind, I don't really have any other questions on that.
And I don't have an answer for your question.
I'm just trying to find out how the 25-foot setback started. It might have been a 40B subdivision, or the wetland line may have migrated as
Yeah.
Amy had suggested, or both. So I don't have a problem with replacing in kind. So
Okay.
I'm good. Just wanted that.
I move that we close the hearing and issue a -3 determination for 153 Hickory Hill Road with the conditions listed.
Second, for discussion,
Motion is second.
Matt.
If you wanted to
No, I'm good, thank you.
weigh in.
I'm okay, thank you.
I thought you were good.
I would have piped up. Go ahead.
Motion is second. All
Ready
those
to
in
go,
favor-
come on.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. Thank you.
No, we're good.
58 Appleton Street. Sorry.
Okay. This project entails the installation of a 230 square foot deck. The new deck is 72 square feet larger than the previous deck. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say this is an after the fact RDA for the deck. It's built in the same location as the old deck, it's just slightly larger. The original deck can be seen in the Morgan inspection plan dated 7/1/2022. It required 11 12-inch concrete footings excavated by hand. The wetland was delineated by Maureen Harold from Norse Environmental and approved by conservation staff. The conservation, I inspected the site, and there did not appear to be any impact or amount of concern to the wetland or buffer zone. The measurements were taken show that the closest point of work to the BBW is 56 feet. I recommended closing the hearing and issuing a -3 determination. There aren't really any conditions needed because it's already done.
Brad?
All right, so it's already built
It's already
and
built.
stabilized and looks good?
Yeah, it was fine. It's also a very flat property, so it wasn't deeply concerning.
What if they didn't install their erosion
Yeah,
control?
well, that's, so do it first and then,
Yeah, how do we find out about this?
I mean, to be honest, that type of project, it's potentially like maybe we wouldn't have recommended it because of the flat. It's like a flat yard, but maybe we would have. I don't know. It's hard to say because it's already done.
How do we find out about after the fact?
If they had erosion control,
No, like,
Oh.
like normally you gotta come to us before you build stuff.
We're all gonna ask the same question. It's an after-the-fact filing. So how did we learn about it?
I think that I actually don't really remember, to be totally honest with you. I'm pretty sure that he came in asking about another project or something like that. He told Amy about it. He came in asking. I think he might have installed it and then discovered he probably needed permitting.
Okay,
Was the story, if I can recall correctly?
that sounds fine.
He reported on himself.
Self-reporting.
Yes,
is the
it was
correct answer.
self-reported.
Self-reporting, okay, thank you.
Looks like something we would have approved as easy as the last one, so I'm all
Yeah.
set.
David?
yeah, I have some questions about doing an after-the-fact RDA when we have other things on the docket that we're throwing enforcement orders at people over. And I didn't know we did after-the-fact RDAs.
Well, we don't encourage or ask people to file after the fact. What we do is we charge them more money.
Oh,
It's like
They-
triple.
They
triple the fee.
they pay a
so
triple.
we have done these in the, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yes.
We've done after-the-facts in the past.
We're well
That answers,
schooled up
that
on this
answers my
one.
question. For now.
No, I appreciate your inquiry. I knew everybody was gonna ask about that, and that's how they're handled. They're handled by after the fact filing fees.
Got it.
Special set of fees.
Got it, thank you.
I'm all set.
I have no questions.
No questions, just appreciate the applicant raising it on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No questions.
So do I. I appreciate it also. All right. Anybody feel moved?
I move that we close the hearing and issue a -3 determination for 58 Appleton Street.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. All right. Still under RDAs, 1493 Forest Street Extension.
You can come up if you want. Yeah, if you want to. You might not have to say anything, but the homeowner's here.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have
But
to. If you want to be heard,
feel free.
we'll make you feel welcome.
Okay. So this project entails the 6-foot expansion of an existing back deck, a new patio in the southeastern side of the yard, expansion of an existing patio from under the deck, and privacy plantings. All work is to remain outside of the 50-foot no-build zone. Most work will be done by hand with some leveling work requiring small equipment, which shall enter the yard through the driveway. Materials and dumpster will be located in the driveway. The 50-foot no-build zone was determined by Amy and I, which you can see it's right on the plan. Our recommendation is to close the hearing and issue a -3 determination with the following conditions. Prior to any work, erosion controls as depicted on the plan shall be installed and securely staked to envelope the work area. Hold pre-construction meeting with conservation staff, homeowner, and contractor to review erosion controls and review scope of work. post-construction inspection by conservation staff to verify compliance and approve removal of erosion controls upon stable condition. And they actually put in the idea for the erosion control themselves.
Was reading through minutes from these past meetings, so.
Yeah, he's very
Seems
thorough.
like you guys always ask, so.
All right.
You got a lot more work back there in the backyard, so that's definitely warranted here, but it's like a good project. It's gonna look good when you're done, I think. I'm all set.
I'm all set.
I'm all set as well.
Alexis, were you on site for determining the line?
Yeah,
You
Amy and I both were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it pretty clear?
Yeah, I mean, he's on a slope too. So it's fairly easy to tell in that circumstance. But it was, we gave them like the line of around this tree.
Yeah.
So they actually might have even made it
Yeah,
a little bit closer.
The 50-foot line's a little conservative. It's
Yeah.
It's further east, yeah.
Yeah, it could be tough. I know Forest Street, there's a lot of little fingers of wetlands that go here and there.
Yeah.
So it's a little, it can be tough, so.
Yeah,
All right, I trust your line.
okay.
All set.
All set, thank you.
Anybody feel moved?
Motion that we close the hearing and issue a -3 determination for 1493 Forest Street Extension with the conditions listed.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that is unanimous and closed.
Thank you.
We have one abbreviated notice of resource area delineation. It has no DEP number. We're just we're only being asked to verify a line. There's no construction proposed. So it's a battle of the scientists.
Get if it's in there. All right. Okay. So,
Before we, I'm just noticing under the recommendation, it's that we can't close the hearing because there's no DEP, so we have to continue it to September 10th, so.
Right, we're not allowed to close without a DEP number.
Okay,
It's a,
so we're just gonna do our information gathering tonight. Got it. Thank you.
they're presenting a wetland line, a delineation line, and our job is to approve it or not. And we'll be using Alexis and the wetland scientist for the applicant, and
Got it.
there's no work is proposed that I'm aware of. And it's on you.
okay. This is for an ANRAD application for 0 Bonnie Lane. The bordering vegetative wetland lies at the northeasterly side of the site. It was delineated by Norse Environmental. Amy and I went and reviewed the wetland flagging on August 15th and made no changes to the wetland flagging. Like you said, the recommendation is that we cannot close because we're waiting on DEP file number, so we'll just continue to this September 10th meeting. And our representative's here to talk about it if you have any questions.
No, I mean, the question that, I'll ask the
Yep.
question. Who approved the line? You?
Amy and I both went out and approved the line.
Okay, and you
Yes.
approved, and you have no problem with the line as
No.
proposed?
Pretty straightforward.
That's,
Wetland scientist marks it and you say it's there, I'm not gonna argue.
well, no, I have seen in the past, we have had disagreements between experts. It happens. I just want to make sure we don't have one tonight.
Yeah.
And if we
I'm
don't,
saying
if we
I'm
don't
not
have one
gonna get
tonight,
in
we're just
between.
going to continue this because we can't close it. So
Oh.
let's cut right to it and continue it.
Motion to continue 242-19XX to the September 10th meeting, 0 Bonnie Lane.
Discussion, why isn't this an isolated wetland?
There was actually a discussion about that. I think it had something to do with, hold on.
There's an area drain by wetland flag 10A. So anything overflowing in the wetlands would enter that area drain and then flow towards the municipal system.
It's over here.
Okay,
And it was kind of determined that if it wasn't isolated, it's above 1,000 square feet, so we would be regulating it the
Oh,
same
oh,
way
sure.
anyways. So, yeah.
sure. I didn't, notice it. Okay, so 6-inch corrugated, 6-inch corrugated. Is that what you're talking about? The,
Correct.
yeah, okay. That's fine. That answers my question.
So how do you classify that?
With what, an isolated versus a,
Yeah, what's in front of us now? How is it actually, how is it classified?
right now, it's a bordering
It's a
vegetative
B-
wetland.
it's
Yeah.
BV, okay.
Yeah, right now it's just a BBW.
Okay.
We just went with that because the drain, yeah.
All right, very good. So we have a motion and a second to continue. Any further discussion? There's none. All those in favor of continuing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. Thank you. Continue.
One abstention.
One abstention. Mr. McDonough is in the house.
Better late than never.
Good work. Good work, kid. All right, by my agenda, I have us at 242-1914, 465 Stevens Street. Does that sound right?
Notice of intent.
This is a notice of intent.
All right.
Give it a second. We're going to let Alexis introduce the project, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Like you said, this is in support of an NOI for 465 Stevens Street. In February of this year, a 95-foot white pine fell onto the existing garage and shifted the house on its foundation. This house was built circa 1900. This house was deemed uninhabitable due to safety concerns, and Amy signed off on the building permit to demolish the garage as it was hardest hit. The applicant proposes to demolish the house and foundation and rear deck and stairs and construct a new house and foundation with garage, with garage underneath. New driveway, new rear deck and stairs. The wetland is a BVW associated with an intermittent stream that runs between Stevens Street and Great Pond Road at the Old Town Center. Maureen Harold from North Environmental delineated the wetlands. Amy and I reviewed the flagging in the field and made no adjustments. The proposed dwelling will be approximately 52.2 feet from the edge of the BVW. The footprint of the proposed house is slightly expanded, but it is not any closer to the wetland. The footprint of the proposed deck is slightly closer to the wetland, but still within the 50-foot no-build zone. Existing driveway will be used for construction access. Given limited lot size, the excess material shall be trucked off-site. Amy has written a letter to the homeowner's insurance company explaining the necessity and routine of the permitting process, just because they had a number of questions as to, insurance stuff. Our recommendation is if the information presented is deemed sufficient and there are no outstanding questions or concerns, to close the hearing and issue an order of conditions, vote to grant the waiver for the proposed deck, and draft the order of a draft of the order of conditions is attached for review. They're just kind of pushing this one along because
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
you get
familiar
it.
with this project.
Yes.
So just procedurally, we will be asked to approve or not approve the waiver first, then move the project to either close or continue. So with that, any questions you have? We'll start with Brad.
Do we have an idea of square footage of previous deck, or I guess existing deck within the 50 and proposed deck?
I don't actually have the square footage, do you?
Basically what's in red.
Sure. So Dennis Gricci with Andover Consultants on behalf of the applicant. There's approximately 60 square feet of the deck within the 50-foot no-build currently. The proposed will be 52 square feet within the no-build.
Okay, so we got a reduction in there.
A slight reduction, yeah. And that's including the stairs leading down to the ground.
Okay.
I'm all set.
I'm all set.
Yeah, no questions.
All set, thank you.
Okay, are there any abutters for this project that would like to be heard? None answer. Based on what I have here in front of me, what I see, we're ready to start moving this project along. The first thing I need is a motion that relates to the waiver.
Motion to approve the waiver as requested.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion? None, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. Is it unanimous? It is unanimous, okay. Now we're ready to consider whether we ask for more information or close. It appears to me that we're ready to close, but I'll leave it up to all of you.
All set.
Anybody that feels moved, don't be shy.
I move that we close and issue in 21 days.
Second.
Motion and a second to close. Any further discussion? There is none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. You're closed. Well, I believe we have an order of conditions we can deliberate on tonight?
Yes.
Okay. So at the end of the meeting, we'll deliberate on the order of conditions.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. Okay. We have 242, no DEP number 351 Willow Street, Muffin Realty Trust. So all that means is we can't close it. We don't have a DEP, but we can certainly listen. Do you have a DEP? You got it?
Yes.
We'll
There we
take that
go.
DEP number if you want to share it.
Yep, 1950.
1950.
Yep.
Just to be clear, 1915.
Correct.
Oh,
1915, sorry.
15. Just make sure we have that in the record.
Yeah.
Right.
1950, right?
1915.
1915, sorry.
1915.
No, you're fine.
Who's on first?
Yeah, that was one of those for sure.
You know, it sounded like 5-0 to me
Well,
when he
that's
said
why I
it.
asked it, 'cause
Thanks for clarifying,
I
apologize.
heard both.
That's all right. I can blame my hearing. I don't know what your excuse is going to be.
I won't say one.
Okay. This project entails the removal of an existing concrete pad, bear with me, sorry, this is a long one, of an existing concrete pad to be replaced with a building addition, the removal of existing pavement to be replaced with a concrete pad, the removal of an existing pavement and the area to be loamed and seeded, removal of existing lawn to be replaced with natural vegetation, installation of proposed plantings on existing slope to enhance the buffer zone, and the installation of approximately 150 linear feet of stone infiltration trench at the edge of the existing pavement to provide storm water mitigation for runoff from the parking lot. The work will take place within the 25-foot no disturb zone. The property surrounding the wetlands, and the property is pretty much surrounded by wetlands, and there are no good alternative locations without doing extensive interior renovations or interfering with the existing parking lot. There's a waiver for that. All proposed impervious surfaces are located on existing impervious surfaces. Project will result in the restoration of approximately 1,875 square feet of the 25-foot no disturb zone. The wetland was delineated by DeRosa Environmental. Amy and I went out and reviewed the flagging and in the fields and made no adjustments. During the site visit, we made the following requests, which are shown on the revised plan. An area of crushed stone at the corner of the pavement, over here. Extension of the topography shown on the plan. Plantings to enhance the 25-foot no disturb zone where it is currently lawn, using an original planting plan from a previous project dated December 11th, 2018. Erosion control, sorry, that's supposed to say erosion control. Erosion control in the form of a silt sock is proposed along the work limit. No material stockpiling or dewatering will be required for this project. Recommendation, the commission should provide any additional feedback Do we need to continue if they have a DEP file number?
So he's provided us with a
Yeah,
DEP
so are
number, so
we
we
don't need to
have to.
continue then
we don't
unless you
have
want
but-
to.
Well, the test is,
Mm-hmm.
how many weeks between now and the next meeting? Is it, if it's more than 3 weeks?
It's 2.
If
Just
it's
2.
If it's only 2, we can close if you want to, if they're eligible to be closed. We don't know if they're
Okay.
there yet.
Yeah, okay.
I heard you say they need a waiver. I see there's an alternatives
Yeah.
analysis. What I'm going to do before we go to the commission, I'm going to ask you to present us with your alternatives analysis as to why you feel you need the waiver.
Oh, well, first of all, my name is Berkeley Lewis with the Moore and Cameron Group, representing Muffin Realty Trust. Nice to meet all of you. So for our alternatives analysis that we did on this site, kind of as Alexis alluded to, there's wetlands bordering us on 3 sides. I'm sure the commission, if you've been on it for a while, this site has been kind of expanded by Bacon Joy over the years. And so we looked at several other places on site. Unfortunately, most of the site is comprised of the 50-foot or 25-foot no disturb. And additionally, as Alexis was kind of talking about, the intent of this building addition is merely to enclose the existing tanks that are there. Bacon Joy uses these tanks for storing cooking supplies. And additionally, they also take all their loading from semi-trucks that come on, drop off like dry goods to them, as well as the cooking supplies in that southeast corner of the building. So going back to enclosing the tanks, so basically there's currently tanks sitting on that concrete pad. We're basically just trying to enclose these tanks. Bacon Joy is trying to modernize their facility as well as do some safety upgrades, and so this is all part of that. And then the fact that the loading is occurring in that southeast corner of the building, we would have to do massive interior changes to take all of the intake of their dry goods as well as these oil tank storages. To move them elsewhere would be a huge undertaking internally in the building. So analyzing all those things, that was kind of why we stayed in keeping the tanks exactly where they are now, and then just enclosing them. And then additionally, obviously, since we know we are in the no disturb, we've provided some mitigating factors to try to offset that.
Okay, so do you have any comments on that at all, or do you want me just to go right to the commission?
Yeah.
All right, so for right now, our discussion is going to be specifically limited to the waiver request, the alternatives analysis that was just presented, because if they can't get past that hurdle, they may want to go back and redesign the project. So that's our task right now, as I see it.
So there's no new impervious you're putting on there. This is all within existing impervious
Correct.
areas.
That's I know that was a long-winded sentence that we gave Alexis to read, but yeah, what we were trying to show there was that we were keeping our proposed impervious within the extents of the existing impervious.
Okay.
And we're actually also proposing to remove. There's like a 490 square foot piece of existing asphalt just south of that building addition that's being proposed to be removed and loamed and seeded, and then an additional concrete pad just west of that addition that'll be loamed and seeded. So overall, there'll be a net reduction of like 650 square feet.
So with regard with work and then within the 25, I'm okay with it. We're getting some mitigation and it's an existing disturbed area. So I think we're going to end up with something better than what we started. So I'm okay with the waiver request.
Okay. David?
I guess my only question would be, you said there's cooking oil in these tanks, is that correct?
Yeah, the
Okay.
above ground storage tanks.
And I guess my one question would be, does sort of enclosing it, that's going to help mitigate the risk that if there were to be a leak in those tanks,
Yes.
is the design of this new enclosure such that it would ideally prevent or further prevent anything from leaking out should the tanks leak?
Correct, yeah, it'll be a fully enclosed, it'll be connected to the main portion of the building. Because right now there is like a small canopy structure there that does kind of cover some of the tanks, but it's not climate controlled, it's not enclosed within the building fully. So this is purely just to try to modernize the facility and get it,
That's my only question,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Chris?
So I'm assuming that these tanks and delivery options have been ongoing for a long, long time, right?
Yes, yeah.
Like pre or wetlands?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't have a specific time frame on how long they've been taking deliveries there, but that has been their primary intake for all their dry goods as well as where they keep the storage tanks. And the tanks have definitely been there for a while, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's kind of important to the alternatives analysis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want that information?
I
Yeah,
think it
we
would be
can-
important to
Okay.
understand when deliveries started and how long the tanks have been there.
Okay.
Because, well, it's replacing impervious with impervious. It's also, if it's a newer thing, it's also kind of signing off on that deliveries can occur right within the 25-foot, and there's no stormwater mitigation or treatment in that area. So I just kind of want the history behind it.
Right, so, well, in terms of the stormwater treatment, that was kind of the why we proposed the infiltration trench, just to
That's not-
give a little bit of something. I know it's,
Yeah, that's kind of why I just want the history a little bit more
okay,
to
yeah,
understand that.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Kind of following up on the containment issue, are these tanks currently, do they have spill containment right now?
I believe so, yeah. I can get specifics on that, but,
So
yeah.
if we're gonna get in to this part, I thought we were just gonna talk about work within the 25. if we
Right.
Put a building there, but yeah, we'd want to see full secondary containment, 110% of the containers that it can hold, and make sure that loading and unloading is addressed and they're swept.
right,
Those are things at a minimum we would need to see.
okay.
It's, as I said, it's important because it's integral to their request for a waiver.
Yes.
And it's part of a good alternatives analysis.
I approached it as, our request is just to put a building over top of asphalt. That's what we were talking about right now. Now, I was ready to launch into secondary containment and all that when we talked about the next thing.
You can ask any questions you want. I'm just trying to keep it,
I was trying to follow your rules, man.
because my opinion is, if they can't clear the hurdle for the waiver,
Yeah.
they've got to redesign the project.
And I was just speaking generally about the waiver. If you got an asphalt area and you want to turn it into roof line area, I'm generally okay with that in the 25.
Okay.
Now, the handling of materials, I saw that as like the secondary.
All right, well, that's why we're here. We fact-finding.
Yeah. Now that we've wasted 5 more minutes of y'all's time, we'll move on.
Well, then getting on to the waiver request, tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the waiver request is to remove impervious surface, upgrade other surfaces, including installing mitigation. Is there anything beyond that you need a waiver request for? Because I see the building is 52 feet from the wetland, and that...
No, that dimension's a property line, it's 15 to the wetland.
Oh, 15.
It's all within 50.
Yeah, it's all within
Yeah.
the 50-foot, yep.
Okay, and that's an existing facility right now?
There's an existing concrete pad there now that houses all these tanks,
Yep.
as well as a canopy structure that's not fully enclosed within the building. So that's, we're basically taking that same limit and then fully enclosing it.
Okay, I'm all set.
So I would want to know when the tanks were placed there, when the canopy was placed there, when the concrete pad was placed there.
Okay.
My concern is you have an impervious area, and we have, every applicant comes in front of us that has impervious areas. And if they want to go ahead and change that impervious area and put a building there, because we let them get their driveway 25 feet to a wetland instead of keeping 50 feet of wetland, we're going to have to explain why we allowed you to do it, but we might not allow them to do it. So I just, you're at 15 feet, the entire building is almost within the 50-foot no build, so I have some issues with what you propose, but I'd like to find out more of the background on when the concrete pad was put there, the tanks were put there, and the canopy and, the approvals that you got from our board or that preceded us. I want to do that too.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm all set, thank you.
All right, so at this time, I'm going to see if any of butters, neighbors want to have any questions or want to be heard or not. If you'd like to, ma'am, please feel free to go to the podium and tell us who you are, even though we know you. And
Melinda Perone, 65 Meadowwood Road in North Andover. So our neighborhood is a neighbor of Muffin Realty Trust, and we really do appreciate them. However, I want to make a point that I hadn't heard mentioned here, is that on the Mass GIS, the Mosquito Brook runs south and southeast of the building, and I don't know if that was taken into consideration for the 200-foot.
Let me tell you what I think. I'm not interrupting you for any other reason. There has been some analysis done of the headwaters of Mosquito Brook recently by DEP and by various applicants, suggesting that at that point, it's not yet a river. It doesn't become a river until it crosses under 114 and proceeds to the other side. And that's what I've been told. I am not a wetland scientist, you know me, but I've been on the board for a while, and that's what I've been told, that the river status starts on the, I guess it would be the north side of 114. So that may be the explanation. That's what we were told when we recently had the Mass Highway project before us, which is in the same neighborhood. I think you attended that hearing, and that was part of the environmental engineering study for the Mass Highway project that called that out. So that was, I've heard it before from different applicants, but we've never had it presented as science until the Mass Highway did. So I don't know if that helps or.
Well, no, that does help. I just, I looked at that this afternoon. The other thing I want to mention is that the presence of Muffin Realty Trust is a big stressor on all of those wetlands there, particularly we found empty bags of product, behind our house, that sort of thing, in the wetlands there. So even though it's surrounded in 3 ways or in 3 places from wetlands, that I think is one of the most important drainages that go into the wetlands, into the swamp. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Crum. Any other abutters, neighbors want to be heard on this? Okay, so nobody else answers. My suggestion is that you should request a continuance so you can get the information that the commission is asking for, so that when you come back the next time, we don't have any more questions.
Absolutely, okay.
So that's just a recommendation. It's up to you to make the request.
Yeah, I will request to continue. Is it 2 weeks is the next? Okay. Well,
We
what's
have
the
a,
date?
The September 10th.
All right, request to continue September 10th.
I need a motion and a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Discussion, real quick, I just want to say, when you come back before us, I'd want you to at least address the loading dock as a point source. It seems like it's going to be, so if it's going to be holding oil, so we'll want to make sure that that's taken care of.
That's a good idea. Before I call the vote and continue it, I want any of the commissioners that have specific information, I'll ask them to ask you now.
Okay.
Anything that hasn't already been asked for.
As part of the alternatives analysis, I know that there's like a key plan included, but I'd love to see like kind of other areas on the site outside of the 100-foot buffer that were thought about for this addition, and why they didn't work.
Okay.
Do we know how big the oil tanks are?
I can get that information as well. Yeah.
We want to make sure that they don't need to get coverage under an SPCC or something.
Meeting.
Or something like that, if you're over that.
If it's over
Yeah.
1,300?
I think it's if it's over
Just wanna make sure
1310.
you-
Okay,
Which
1310,
equates to some
gotcha.
amount of 55-gallon
Okay.
drums. You're going to have to get a spill control and countermeasure plan.
Okay.
Sure. Anything further?
No, sir.
All right, if you have any questions between now and the next meeting, preparing the answer that you know the questions that are gonna come at you,
Right.
please call staff on the phone and ask,
Absolutely.
so that when you come to the next meeting, you're ready to go.
Cool.
All right?
Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate your
All
time.
right, so I have a motion and a second to continue. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. You're continued. Thank you very much, sir.
Yep, thank you.
That DEP number's been noted by,
Yep,
okay,
yep. Thank you.
all right. By my count, we're at 16 Tavern Road.
Yes. Okay,
This is an update on an enforcement order or a violation notice, I trust, right?
yes.
Okay,
This was.
the floor is yours.
Okay. It was unpermitted vegetation and tree removal at 16 Tavern Road. Amy saw it from the street and asked me to do a site inspection, and we needed some second opinions on, so we asked them to, we wrote them a violation letter and asked them to hire a wetland consultant to do a delineation. We're currently waiting on those results, but I drafted an enforcement order, asking for them to, do you want me to read it for you, or do you want to
No,
just read the
did
regular?
you publish an enforcement order or a violation notice?
We sent them a violation, and then
Okay.
I drafted an enforcement order.
Do you want us to ratify that order? Is that what you want?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I assume you want to serve the notice, right?
Yeah, I mean, originally, Amy wanted to wait until the next meeting.
Want to
but-
wait till they have their scientist on board?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No objection.
So if you're okay with that, that would be great.
I'm going to say we're okay with that. If
Okay.
anybody on the commission has an objection, please note it. I hear none.
So what do we expect at the next meeting?
Well, delineation, we don't know where the
Delineation.
wetland line is.
Yeah.
So we can't really say with any certainty that you're in violation if we don't know where the line is, am I right?
So I was in contact with, what's his name? I was in contact with the wetland scientist today. I called Bill Manuel from Woodlands Inland Management, who was hired to do the delineation, and we're planning on meeting with him after Amy gets back from vacation, just to discuss where, well, we're gonna do a site visit, observe where the wetland line is.
Yep.
And talk about if we need take some pictures,
Yep.
decide if we need a restoration plan, and then we'll bring that information to you.
Okay. Very good. So,
Mr. Chairman, I don't have any objections, but I want to be clear, I have some questions and concerns about this particular matter.
So-
That I will wait until the next hearing.
yeah, my best advice would be to wait till we have everything in front of us, and then we can inquire.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to, it's not that I object to what you're suggesting, but I reserve the right to object later, put it that way.
Please be assured, we will protect your right to object.
Thank you.
So at the next meeting, we'll have a delineation by
Yes.
then, and will we have it plotted on a plan by then?
Yes.
Do they've engaged an engineer, a surveyor to do?
What I think we're gonna do is talk to them about, we're gonna make observations, because when I talked to Bill, he said that, they haven't touched anything, and stuff has already started growing in, so we're just
Yeah.
gonna see where the line is. Because the house is old, I had a note of, it was built in I think I left a note of it somewhere, like 1950 or something like that, so it's inconveniently located, like the entire yard is practically, well, we think probably within the 25, we can't actually say that yet. So,
You need the line.
we need the line
We recognize that.
before we know what we can actually do with it, so, but yeah, the idea is that we want to work with him to see if we can put together a restoration plan if necessary. Yeah.
Agreed. Any other questions or comments on it? The procedure? Anybody?
So we're just continuing until the next meeting?
Yes.
Just continuing because more work needs to be done.
We just don't have enough.
So I need a
information.
motion to continue 16 Tavern Road.
So moved.
Motion and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. My agenda only has one item left on it. I notice there's a lot of people here. 242-1787, 135 North Ramp Road. Are you all here for North Ramp Road? All of you? All right, welcome aboard. Let's do it. Remember, less is more.
For the record, Attorney Timothy Hooten, representing the city of Lawrence and Lawrence Municipal Airport. Because, as you may remember, we requested a modification of the order, which would allow us to get people on board. One of the things I promised you is I would bring people so you would see that there are people on board. So I didn't mean to overwhelm you with everybody, but we do have Michelle Simino next to me, who is far more knowledgeable than everything. Hopefully you got the letter, which is an introduction to everybody that we've put on board this, but I just wanted me to make the initial observation that thanks to this board, you've allowed us to get going on this project, and so I'll turn it over to Michelle for any questions or anything you'd like to know.
Sure, thanks, Tim. Good afternoon, this is Michelle Simino. I'm with Stantec. I'm the point of contact on behalf of Lawrence Municipal Airport, the project manager, and we are actually working in conjunction with Hancock Associates, who has a long history on the site and did some of the original engineering work, so we've subcontracted with them. And I brought the team with me tonight so that you can kind of lay eyes on everybody, know roles and responsibilities, and just kind of get to know who's going to be working on the project, who's going to be boots on the ground and monitoring the construction, and then post-construction monitoring restoration, and just see what questions you have. If you'll note in our order of introduction that we have here, we've presented the team, we've got our resumes attached, we give you a status report of where we are with the project, and we present a groundwater monitoring plan. A number of those things are all pre-construction requirements that you had, either through the order of conditions or a number of the enforcement orders. So we just wanted to show the Conservation Commission where we were, that we've made some good progress. We've been in collaboration with Dynamic and just kind of working behind the scenes to get the project off the ground and get organized for it. With that, if you don't mind, I'd love to introduce the team, just so you know who's doing what,
Sure.
if you see names. So if... Oh, okay.
We know Francisco. Believe it or not, we've been working with the airport for a very long time, specifically Stantec. Stantec has
Yes.
been on site for more than 10 years that I'm aware of. So we're really very well acquainted with the company. You might have some new faces, but we know Cisco.
Great, and just myself, just a quick introduction. I am a senior associate at Stantec. I'm a professional wetland scientist, as well as a CESWI with over 30 years of industry experience. So I've also been a Conservation Commission member on 2 commissions and served as a conservation agent. So I kind of have a great sense, you know, through reading your order of conditions and your enforcement orders, what you're looking for and what we need to do to help the airport along the way. With that, I'll turn it over to Michelle Green.
I'm Michelle Green. I'm also with Stantec. I'll be supporting Michelle with a lot of the...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you can't hear me.
Yeah, that's my fault. I should have directed you up there.
Thought I project enough. I'm Michelle Green. I'm also with Stantec. I'll be supporting Michelle and the team with mostly site inspections, stormwater monitoring, and then the restoration monitoring once the plantings get in. I'm a former conservation agent as well, environmental scientist, wetland professional in training. So, good seeing you guys a lot, I think.
Happy to have you on board.
Thank you.
Charles?
Good evening. My name is Charles Young. I'm a licensed site professional. I'm a senior associate with Stantec, and while I have not been a former CONCOM board member or anything, I have appeared before conservation commissions in the past. I've got nearly 30 years' experience in environmental consulting, and I did serve as the president of the Licensed Site Professional Association recently. So, and you've got my resume.
Yep.
And Charles also wrote the groundwater monitoring plan.
Yes.
As well, just to,
You're going to find this site to be a challenging one, I'm sure.
Well, I like a challenge. We'll get through it.
Okay, very good, thank you.
And then Morgan, please.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Morgan Seal with Hancock Associates. I'm an engineer in training. I'm working with my manager, Brian Gaudreau, could not be here tonight. He is the licensed professional engineer on the project. So some history, we've done a lot of survey work, a lot of design work for this site. So Stantec brought us on to help the team interpret plans, provide construction administration, assistance with developing a stormwater pollution prevention plan, and general guidance and, you know, assistance where it's needed.
Thank you.
And the construction general permit, when, I know one of the conditions of the order of condition is that you want a copy of the construction general permit and the SWIP. Just to let you know, again, an update since we submitted the letter is that that is under development right now. It's going through internal review, and we anticipate submitting that to EPA next week, and that will start our 14-day time ticking for presumptive approval to commence the activities.
So what would you guesstimate would be how much time before you're actually boots on the ground?
I am going to, maybe, Peter, would you be able to speak to Dynamics' schedule right now for, sorry to put you on the spot.
We don't have a contract in place with a general contractor.
Yes, Dynamic,
Our producer wants you at the mic.
That's fine. My name's Peter Durning. I'm counsel for Dynamic Waste Services, who is a tenant on an adjacent property, and they've been working with the airport potentially to assist in the execution of some of this work. It's not finalized yet, so I'm here, but I'm not exactly here. And even with some of the information that was shared today with respect to the cuts and the estimation of the work, since that's still going on, the job hasn't been fully priced, and so it hasn't been contracted yet. So I'm not in any position to say exactly when it would be able to commence.
So we're looking at some time before you actually start digging in, and you're still in the setup stage. Am I pretty much accurate there?
That's correct.
that's
Okay.
fair to say, but the intent is to do it this year.
Okay, you think it'll get done this year?
That's the intent.
That's the
yes.
intent. Okay, very good. Let me just ask the commissioners if they have any questions of you, and then we're not going to keep you any longer.
Looks like you guys got a good team in place, so I'll look forward to results in the near future.
David,
Nothing, thank you.
Am I accusing myself in this matter?
one recusal. Thank you.
Even though it's not a vote?
Mayday.
No question.
No, just a great-looking team, so you've raised our expectations in a weird way.
You'll see reports with our name on it.
So I'm gonna make one suggestion. There's no time factor assigned to this suggestion, but as you develop the plan and get things conceivably rolling, I'd like to see a site visit. As many of us as can join you. It could be one of us, it could be all seven. But I'd like to see a site visit that we can generate our best questions right there. And we've been there before. It's not like we've never been there, but you're a new group, so. And we've always been made very welcome to go there, so I know that things will work out fine. I like to be on the site and see it and, understand how it's really going to work.
Absolutely. We can coordinate that through
Yep.
Alexis
Yes,
and.
Alexis and Amy. They'll
Yep.
schedule it, they can communicate with us, and it doesn't have to happen right away, just when you have something, when you have something to tell us, or something that you want us to see, okay?
Absolutely. Do you still want to do, the order of conditions requires an in-office, kind of a sit-down collaboration with the commission?
So the in-office is gonna be with staff.
Okay, you want us to do that, okay.
Yeah, this is your in-office with us.
Yeah, got it.
And anything that's not a scheduled meeting would be with staff downstairs, or at a site visit.
Okay.
And we won't waste your time. We're not going to say we want a site visit if there's nothing going on. We've been there enough times, we know what it looks like.
Yep, we can keep you informed of the schedule and what we're anticipating and make sure you get out there in ample time.
Yeah, they're still working, the trucking company is still working there, right?
Yes,
They're operating. They're not, in other words, they're not penalized by the delay.
They are not.
I guess, Tim, you can answer that. No, there's no penalty. No, they're still on site.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. All right, thank you. All right, any other questions or concerns? Anybody from the, yes, ma'am?
Once again, Melinda Perrone from 65 Meadowwood,
Yes.
Meadowwood Road. This has been discussed since before I started attending.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've looked back in all the paperwork. Could someone explain to the public what is the intent of the work to be done?
I can answer for you.
Thank you.
the intent of the work is to stabilize the site and control the stormwater. When they're done, at the end of the day, when they've completed the project, it's going to be a no-go zone. It's going to be loomed and seeded. There is a pile of recycled glass and plastic that goes down about 120 feet that we had cored about a year ago, a little more.
Yeah.
And we had test borings done to analyze all the way down to the parent material. So we know what's there. We know how long it's been there. It's been going on for about 30 years. It's not new. And the discussions that we've had on the commission was, what do we ask them to do? And early on in the discussions, there was suggestions that it all get excavated out and taken out. That's not realistic. There's no place to put it. There's no place to take it. So the decision was made to cap it, just like any other landfill. Cap it and seal it. But in the interim, what happened was we had a tremendous, remember all the storms that wiped out all the dunes down the beach? They wiped out half of this place. All the recycled material became a river flow, and it went down and moved. What we're asking them to do is stabilize it, cap it, and fence it off. And there'll be nothing added to it. It's really, for lack of a better term, it's a restoration project. That's all we're asking them to do. And we're not gonna ask them to dig it up and take it out. It's just too much. There's millions and millions of tons of recycled. It's been getting there for 30 years. So we have to be reasonable in our approach too. Okay, Counselor, you good?
I'm very good, thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments, guys? All right, so I guess we'll give you, was there any suggestion on how long to?
No, there was no suggestion on how long.
Why don't we give you, what do you want, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, just to provide an update? And it doesn't have to be a class update. You could provide a written update to staff, just telling us what's going on. You could either say nothing's going on, or this is what we got, just to keep us in the loop, I think.
Absolutely. I anticipate having a good update within 4 weeks.
Okay, 4 weeks it is, so I'll ask for a motion to continue. Do you have, Francisco, you got any questions?
Mr. Chairman, you offered 6, but if 4 is at the time.
I will accommodate, I'm sure this commission will accommodate whatever you need. If you need 6, if you need 8, it's not, we understand it's not gonna happen overnight. We get it.
Mr. Chairman, if we could entertain 6, for the record, if we could entertain 6, there's a lot of moving parts. We're in the middle of the negotiations for a lease.
Okay.
So, again, just want to be fair with the commission.
Okay, so what's that date? What date would 6 be?
October 8th? October 8th?
What do you got?
I think she's right.
October 8th?
Okay, so
Jamie's on it.
October 8th?
We could have that as a date, sure. Yes.
Okay, if that's your request,
I move that we continue 1787 135 North Ramp Road until October 8th.
Second.
motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous, October 8th. One recusal. And let me say, right now, you're continued to October 8th. If it gets close to October 8th and you realize, hey, we need more time, you just simply have to get in touch with staff and say, look, we need a couple more weeks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
It won't be a problem, okay? We're not gonna
Thank you.
beat you up for doing the right thing.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for your
Thanks,
time.
Counselor.
Nice to meet you all.
All right, looks like we have one decision.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yep, just for Stevens Street.
465 Stevens Street, this is the house that got knocked down by the tree.
Yes.
That's your house, right? Okay, we're gonna issue the decision now. We're gonna talk about it. We can't take any testimony, no discussion, okay? All right, thank you. 465 Stevens Street, DEP file 242-1914. A lot of yellow.
Mr. Chairman, item 41G.
Sorry?
Just trying, 41G on page, we're 6 of 12.
You're way ahead of us there, brother.
Well, it's just because it jumped out to me because it's both in yellow and in bold and underlined. I'm just trying to.
Sorry, what was it?
Page 6 of 12, 41G. 25 feet, I'm just trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? reconcile what we talked about during the public hearing with, because you had mentioned something about, shouldn't we just say erosion control?
Yeah, we
And then,
wanted,
and I'm just wondering, do you want this changed to reflect that as well?
I'm pretty sure that it was in the plan made
Did-
by the contractor.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
asking. That's
so
what I.
the
Yeah.
plan is asking for 12-inch melt sock? That's
Yeah.
what they're asking for?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
pretty
so
sure.
here's the way, that, I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Here's what I suggest, however. If at any point during the construction process that they determine they need something different than a 12-inch sock, such as an erosion fence that's dug down in, the plastic, the plastic,
Yeah.
if they decide, I have no problem with an administrative change to that. They don't have to come back in front of us to ask for that, as far as I'm concerned. If it just deals with erosion controls. If it deals with anything else, yeah, probably, but controls are something that they need to be able to fix right away,
Yeah.
just in case we get another big
So we'll leave it in
100-year
there, but but you're comfortable with just doing it administratively, is what I'm gathering.
Well, as long as it's the understanding that if there's a change to be made, if they have to vary away from a 12-inch sock, administratively, you're gonna allow them to do that.
Okay. Should we put that in there?
I would say, please.
Right?
Put
Okay.
that in there.
I didn't know if it would be easier to
If anybody
take
on
out
the commission wants to
specifics or-
word it,
I would say 25 feet of erosion
Erosion
control
control, yeah.
barrier. And in the future, you could say erosion control barrier or BMP.
or you could say any method approved by the administrator.
Yeah.
Because you think of it, we all know what erosion controls are.
Yeah, but
And there's different sizes, there's 6
and
inches, there's 12-inch, there's 18.
different methods that are used on different slopes and,
Correct,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I like to give the people doing the work the option to be able to switch gears rather than have to come back and ask permission.
Yeah, I think staff approval. I'm fine with administrative approval. I just don't want them to not use a sediment barrier and use a fence instead, and that's
Yeah.
it.
I think
When you
that
say
was.
BMP, do you mean best management practice? And is there like like ASCI, BMP, like is there something you would
When
specifically?
it comes to erosion controls, I don't think so.
Yeah, so there is Massachusetts does have a erosion control and sedimentation guide, which has recommended best management practices.
Do we have that?
I believe we do. Not
So
on me right now.
The language could really just say erosion control consistent with the guidelines found in the document you just referenced.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep it simpler than that, but I have no problem with that.
Yeah, it's better if it's the erosion control that's approved by our administrative staff.
Oh, that's true,
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Keep it simple for now until we can find out what you're talking about, that document. That wouldn't be a bad idea to attach that to an order of conditions for reference. But we don't have anything to attach at this time, so
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's, yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
I'm sure that somebody will find it, an attachment for me.
And just to clarify, 41G refers to a standard condition that we have regarding erosion control, which means it's kind of the emergency stock that you keep on site, so that, in case you have a failure, you've got something that's protected, it's on site, you can apply it immediately.
Actually, it's listed there. It says the NACC or its agent shall have the discretion to require additional erosion. The NACC and its agent shall have that discretion control.
So,
It's all right there.
Allowed to adjust it as necessary.
Yeah, just, yeah.
So I think the intent should be, and this is just my opinion, but any emergency stockpile of erosion control should be consistent with what the erosion control method is.
In
on the
use.
general in use in the general project, so.
Sorry, didn't mean to take us down a rabbit hole.
And you already have that anyway,
No.
looks
Yeah.
like.
Changing the terminology and getting rid of the mulch stocks, if we do it there, we should get
Just-
rid of it
I
in
think we
D
should
as
leave
well.
it here and then maybe
Leave it here?
Yeah,
think about it
I would
later
suggest
going
leaving it,
forward.
and then the staff can.
Because they've already proposed 12-inch silt sock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll leave it in here.
We don't
then.
want to do anything that's going to cause an amendment to come forward. We want them to be able to get to work.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. What else? Anybody have anything else?
$3,000 bond for the single-family home, is that still our, kind of our standard? We still doing 3,000?
That's the low standard. That's the low standard. That's for a house where you anticipate no issues. If it were more elevated, or anything were more difficult, then it would be a $5,000 performance bond.
Yep. It says a demo and reconstruction.
Yeah, but
So it's a little bit more, but
I'm okay with it.
it's small, pretty simple.
Yeah.
But it's just the garage that's being redone, right? I mean, it's a...
No.
The whole thing.
The whole house
Yeah.
that got knocked off its foundation.
Yeah.
It got hit by a 100-foot tree that most people would want to cut down if they lived there.
Yeah.
I know I would.
Too many of them near my yard, in my yard. Some of them are, yeah. It's a beautiful.
Entertaining motions yet?
What's that?
Entertaining motions yet? Sure.
Anybody that feels moved?
Motion to approve the CSC 1465 Stevens Street as written.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. You have your order of conditions, sir.
Motion to adjourn.
You're good.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. We stand adjourned.